Hello, in this video we will discuss about types of chemical bond and we will briefly discuss about what is mean by covalent bond. So basically what are the types of chemical bond? So the chemical bond is the soul of chemistry. Without chemical bond chemistry cannot be studied. A chemical bond is classified on the major two categories. One is the strong forces and another is weak forces. So in a strong forces, the chemical bonds are further divided by four types. Strong forces contains ionic bond. Second one is covalent bond. Third one is dative bond. And fourth one is metallic bond. Because metallic bond is also strong attractive forces bond. And weak attractive forces are further divided by hydrogen bond and van der Waals forces. So we will briefly discuss about one by one. First of all, we will discuss a covalent bond, then we will discuss ionic bond, dative bond and metallic bond. So the first one is covalent bond, sharing of electron. We will discuss one by one. Covalent bond. So definition, the bond formed by mutually sharing of electron between similar or dissimilar species. Generally, it is formed by electronegative from p block elements and electronegative again from the p block elements. Electronegative atoms will be there for formation of covalent bond, and there are three types of covalent bond: single covalent bond, double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. So the covalent bond is formed by, or it is classified by, number of sharing of electrons. So if there is one electron share, then it is single covalent bond. If the two electrons share, then it is double covalent bond. If three electrons are share, then it is triple covalent bond. We will discuss one by one. So what is meant by types? Single covalent bond. Types of covalent bond. Types of covalent bond. Single covalent bond, double covalent bond and triple covalent bond. So first of all, single covalent bond. What is the definition? So what is meant by single covalent bond? It is mutually sharing of one electron between similar or dissimilar species. It is denoted by a solid dash line. So we will discuss the electronic diagram of single covalent bond. So the electronic diagram. In an electronic diagram, all the atoms of single covalent bond completed their octet in the orbital state, but only hydrogen which are unable to form octet, which will form a duplet in their valence shell. So we will discuss about first the electronic diagram, that is for formation of H2 molecule. Formation of H2 molecule. So how it will be formed? Formation of H2 molecule will be formed by sharing of one electron. So hydrogen and second hydrogen. Hydrogen electronic configuration 1. So it is 1 as 1 electrons in the valence shell, 1 electrons in the valence shell. We can directly show by this type of electronic configuration. So the first orbital of hydrogen, this is second orbital of hydrogen. Hydrogen forms single bond with another hydrogen. So the first hydrogen share 1 electron, second hydrogen share 1 electron. So the first hydrogen denoted by, so hydrogen. So cross is the representation of valence electron, dot is the representation of valence electron. So the first hydrogen share one electron, second hydrogen share one electron. If you observe the orbital of this hydrogen, two electron. Again the orbital of this hydrogen, two electrons are there. So this is one electron share and single covalent bond is formed. Second example, formation of Cl2 molecule, formation of H2O, formation of ammonia. We will discuss one by one fast. So the chlorine molecule, formation of Cl2 molecule. First chlorine and second chlorine. Chlorine atomic number 17, electronic configuration 287. 7 electron we have to draw. In this diagram, only valence electron we are drawing for observations. So this is your first chlorine, this is your second chlorine. So chlorine forms single bond with the chlorine. So first chlorine cross valence electron and second chlorine is the dot valence electron. So how many bonds are formed? Single bond is formed. So first chlorine donate one electron, not donate, it share one electron with the second chlorine, and second chlorine again share one electron, because the definition is mutually sharing of electron, but single covalent bond, that is mutually sharing of one electron. These are the examples of single covalent bond. So out of 7, 1 is engaged, remains 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 electrons of first chlorine. Sorry, 7 electrons of first chlorine. Again, say out of 7, 1 is engaged, remains 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you are observing the orbital of first chlorine, so octet is completed. If you are observing orbital of second chlorine, octet is completed. This is one electron share, and we can write here octet is completed. Second, electronic diagram of water molecule. So water has centrally oxygen atom, all are here, all are bonds in which this is your bond pair and this is your lone pair. This is your lone pair. What is meant by lone pair? Non-bonded electron pair. These electrons are not bonded, so it is non-bonded electron called as lone pair. Non-bonded electron pair, also called as lone pair, and this is bonded electron pair, bond pair. So in water, centrally oxygen atoms are there. So oxygen atomic numbers 8, electronic configuration 2, 6, and hydrogen electronic configuration 1. So centrally oxygen atom is there, and periphery there are 2 hydrogen atoms are there. First hydrogen, second hydrogen, and here oxygen. Hydrogen donate share one electron with oxygen. So electron of hydrogen is cross, electron of oxygen is dot. So this is your valence electron representation. Hydrogen share one electron, so it is one electron, and at that time second hydrogen also share one electron because single bond. If hydrogen share one electron, then oxygen also share one electron. Oxygen electron represented by dot. So oxygen how many we have to draw? Out of 6, 1 and 2 are engaged, remains 4. Out of 6, 2 are engaged, remains 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are lone pair. And this is your bond pair. This is your bond pair. And in a water molecule, this is your 2 lone pair and 2 bond pair are present. So this is 1 electron share. You can write here 1 electron share, single covalent bond. So next molecule, ammonia. Single covalent bond. Next molecule is ammonia. So nitrogen is present at the center and 3 hydrogens at periphery. So nitrogen atomic number 7, electronic configuration 2, 5. Hydrogen electronic configuration 1. How many we have to draw? 5 we have to draw. And hydrogen how many do I have to draw? 1 we have to draw. So this is your nitrogen orbital. This is your hydrogen, hydrogen and hydrogen. First hydrogen, second hydrogen and third hydrogen. So how many bonds? Single covalent bond. Single covalent bond and single covalent bond. So hydrogen, how many electrons are there? Only 1 electrons are there. Electron of hydrogen. This is your cross dot means electrons of nitrogen. But which electron? Valence electron. Which electron? Valence electron. So hydrogen share 1 electron. At that time 3 hydrogen share 1 electron because hydrogen has only 1 electron in the valence shell. At that time nitrogen also share 1 electron, single covalent bond. Here 1 electron sharing, single covalent bond. Here 1 electron share. How many we have to draw for nitrogen? 5. Out of 5, 3 are engaged. Remains 2. So this is your lone pair, also called as non-bonded electron. This is your bond pair, also called as bonded electron. or this is your one electron share, single covalent bond formed by ammonia. So 1 2 3 3 bond pair is there, one lone pair system is there in an ammonia. So these are the examples of single covalent bond. What is single covalent bond? Mutually sharing of one electron between similar or dissimilar species. Second, double covalent bond. So what is meant by double covalent bond? Again the same definition, mutually sharing of two electron, between similar or dissimilar species or atoms. So we will discuss first example, O2 molecule, oxygen double bond oxygen. So first oxygen and second oxygen, atomic number 8, electron configuration 2 6, electron configuration 2 6. So cross is the representation of valence electron first and dot is the representation of valence electron second. So first oxygen and this is your second oxygen. So the first oxygen share how many electron? 2 electron share. Right now we have to draw first oxygen with 2 cross and second oxygen share 2 electron again because it is mutually. First oxygen जेवढे देणार तेवढे second oxygen electron देणार. So how many we have to draw? 6 we have to draw for oxygen. So out of 6 how many we have drawn? 2 we have completed. Remains 2 are engaged in the bond, remains 4. 1 2 3 4. Same with the second. So this is your valence electron of an oxygen. So if you are observing the orbital of first oxygen, this is the orbital of first oxygen. See, this is your orbital of first oxygen. Octet is completed. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. If you are observing orbital of this oxygen, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So means octet is completed by both the oxygen atom. This is your 2 electron share. We can call it as 2 electron share. We can call it as bonded electron. And this is your non-bonded electron. Same with this is your diagram for O2 molecule. Same for ethylene molecule. So what is the ethylene molecule? So ethylene, first of all, structure HC double bond CH. Sorry, CH2 double bond CH2. So this is your ethylene molecule. So we will directly draw the diagram. So carbon atomic number 6, electron configuration 2 4, hydrogen atomic number 1, electron configuration 1. So this is your first carbon. So we can draw like this also because it is trigonal geometry. Geometry we will discuss in the next videos. So this is your carbon, second carbon, carbon carbon. Then this is your hydrogen. This is your hydrogen. This is your hydrogen. This is your hydrogen. So how many bonds are there? Carbon, hydrogen, single bond. So hydrogen electron cross, carbon electron dot. This is your valence electron. So electrons of carbon is cross. Sorry, electrons of carbon is dot. Electrons of hydrogen is dot. So one electron share, one electron share, one electron share. Hydrogen has only one electron, that is not shared. So when hydrogen share one electron, at that time carbon also share one electron, one electron, one electron and one electron. See, carbon carbon double bond. It means that both the electrons of carbon. See, how many we have to draw? 4 we have to draw for first carbon atom and 4 we have to draw for second carbon atom. First carbon atom 1 2 3 4 all are engaged. Second carbon atom 1 2 3 4. So all are engaged. So all are bond pair. There is no lone pair in this system. See, there is no electron in this orbit. There is no electron in this orbit. So there is no lone pair. All are bond pair. This is 2 electron share double bond. 2 electron share double bond, and this is 1 electron share single bond. So this molecule contains single bond and double bond system also. All are bond pair. There is no lone pair. Last one, triple covalent bond. So what is triple covalent bond? Again the same, mutually sharing of 3 electrons between similar or dissimilar atoms. So the formation of N2 molecule, nitrogen triple bond nitrogen. So the first nitrogen and second nitrogen, atomic number 7, electronic configuration 2 5. Cross is the representation for first nitrogen valence electron, dot is a representation for second nitrogen. So nitrogen share 3 electron, second nitrogen again share 3 electron. Out of 5, 3 are engaged, remains here 2. So this is your lone pair, this is your lone pair, and this is your 3 electron share, that is triple covalent bond formed by the molecule. So these are the examples for single covalent bond, double covalent bond, and triple covalent bond of the system. Next one, that is factor favorable for formation of covalent bond or factors affecting formation of covalent bond. So what are the factors which will be form covalent bond strongly? The first one, small size of cation. Cation should be smaller than the anion. It means that larger size of anion. Generally we are observing example of HCl, then HNO3, or then example like HF, HBr. In all the cases, hydrogen is smaller because it is an cation, while chlorine is larger because it is an anion. At that time, bond will be more and more stronger. One more important species, that is large charge on cation and anion. If the cation and anion has maximum charge, so that will be more and more responsible form a cation and anion, that is covalent type of system. So the next one, high ionization enthalpy. So what is ionization enthalpy? First of all, ionization enthalpy is what? Energy required to remove electron from loosely bound shell. Energy required for remove the electron from loosely bound shell. If this is your nucleus and this is your valence shell, when you are supplying energy, at that time electrons will be removed from the shell. At that time electrons will be removed from the shell. This energy is called as ionization enthalpy. And when low ionization enthalpy is there, electrons are easily removed. If sodium is there, scandium is there, titanium is there, magnesium is there, so at that time low ionization enthalpy is there. Sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, only one electrons in the valence shell, so it can be easily removed from the valence shell, and it will be formed by the loss of electron. It will carry a positive charge. Magnesium carries 2 positive charge, aluminum carries 3 positive charge. So by the loss of electron, it carries a positive charge, and when positive charge is formed, at that time it will form ionic system. If the element is having high ionization enthalpy, at that time electrons are not easily removed from the valence shell. It will be utilized for sharing, not for removing. Electrons are utilized for sharing, and sharing means covalent type of system. Sharing of electron means covalent type of system, and loss or gain of electron means ionic type of system. With low ionization enthalpy, at that time, if low ionization enthalpy, at that time electrons are easily removed. Easily removed means loss of electron or gain of electron by the other system, and loss and gain is ionic, and we are requiring sharing of electron. It means high ionization enthalpy is there. If your fluorine is there, if your chlorine is there, so at that time these elements are having high ionization enthalpy. We cannot easily remove the electron, but we can utilize the electron for sharing. It means that ionization enthalpy should be high. The next one, compatible electronegativity or comparable electronegativity. If the two atoms are formed bond, at that time Cl2 molecule, then F2 molecule, then Br2 molecule, generally CCl4 molecules, which having compatible energies and compatible electronegativity. So that will form more and more strong covalent type of systems. So this is the factors affecting covalent type of bonding. Next one, properties of covalent compounds or the characteristics of covalent compounds. So generally covalent compound exist in solid, liquid and gaseous states. So all forms can be exhibited by the covalent compounds. Generally iodine is in a solid state, bromine is in liquid state, while chlorine is in gaseous state. So generally all physical states like solid, liquid, gaseous can be exhibited by these covalent substances. The second one, having covalent substances having low melting point and boiling point. So generally they are having low melting point, boiling point, because generally they are liquid and gaseous. So the melting point and boiling point is very low. But except three-dimensional network-like structure. So silicon carborandom, diamond carborandom. So this is the example of strong network solid structure. Then silica, then boron nitride. These are the examples of the three-dimensional structure of a molecule. If you are observing the silica structure, it is a tetrahedral three-dimensional structure. So it is a strong bonded with each other. So the melting point and boiling point is very high. So the next one, it will be dissolved in non-polar solvents. Generally they are polar, non-polar compounds are there in the covalent system. Generally, they are dissolved in non-polar system because ionic compounds dissolve in polar solvent according to the definition of solubility or the concept of solubility. Like dissolves like polar dissolve in polar, non-polar dissolve in non-polar. So the dielectric constant is the new concept. What is dielectric constant? So the dielectric constant of a solvent is a measure of its capacity. The dielectric constant is a measure of capacity to break the covalent molecule into the ions. So any covalent ion, how will it will be break into the number of constituent? That is your capacity of dielectric constant. So the polar solvent contains high dielectric constant, while non-polar substance contains low dielectric constant, because polar has positive negative charges and it will be strong attracted toward each other. So it will be having high dielectric constant like methanol, ethanol, hydrogen chloride, ammonia. So these are the nitric acid. These are the examples of polar solvent which having high dielectric constant. And benzene, CCl4, carbon sulfide. So these are the examples of non-polar having dielectric constant is very low. So generally the covalent compounds are electrically insulator. Generally they are not good conductor of an electricity except on graphite. So graphite contains some free electrons in their hybridization, so it can conduct the electricity. And one more interesting thing, that HCl, HBr, HNO3. So these substances in aqueous solution maybe conduct electricity because free ions will be there according to the electrostatics. So one more, the last property or last characteristics of covalent compound. So it gives slow type of reaction. So reactions are very slow because breaking and making of bonds. So covalent compounds are involved breaking and making a bond. So it will require a time. So the reactions are very slow. So these are the properties of covalent compounds.